What is up, Earthnoids, Space Noids, and everything in between? I am just a simple Newtype, and we are heading to Earth in this episode. In our last episode, we saw Char attempt to attack Luna 2, but fail at stealing White Base. The crew leaves Luna 2 for Earth, but not at the expense of losing Captain Cassius. Now it is up to Bright Noah to lead White Base to Earth. Before getting into the story, let's talk about the role of the Zabis in the One-Year War. Dozal Zabi is commander of Principality of Zeon's Space Attack Force, headquartered at Salomon. Dozal's fleet is the majority of Zeon's Space Force. We have seen the Space Attack Force in action during the one-week battle, which includes Operation British and the Battle of Loon. Kycilia is the commander of the Zeon Mobile Assault Force. This consists of a squad of ace mobile suit pilots. Technically, Char works under the Mobile Assault Force. The first half of Mobile Suit Gundam focuses on Char doing a mission for Dozal, but later in the series, we will see him working closely with Kycilia. Kycilia's Mobile Assault Force is detailed in Mobile Suit Variation, which consists of technical handbooks, cards, and gunplay model information. Perhaps we will cover this in the future. Who knows? And finally, Garma Zabi is the commander of the Earth Attack Force. He led an attack on North America during the second landing operation and was able to capture the California base, which was Earth's biggest military base, and now it is Earth Attack Force's biggest military operation. We will focus on the Earth Attack Force as White Base makes its way to Earth. So let's get into this. White Base makes its way towards Earth with a Salamis-class ship taking lead. Bright notices that Char's Musai-class ship is still following behind and was able to get a second resupply after White Base destroyed the Papua supply ship. The Salamis will launch a re-entry capsule to guide White Base to Earth. The White Base crew prepare for an attack as Char is still close behind. 4 Zakus start approaching White Base. The Gundam launches. Amado only has 4 minutes to defend White Base before re-entry. The Gundam engages with the Zakus. He is able to use his bazooka to destroy an enemy's shield, but runs out of ammo quickly. One Zaku takes the Gundam head-on. The Gundam uses its Vulcan cannons and takes out one of the enemy mobile suits. White Base is unable to send out the Gundam's beam rifle, but they can send out the hammer, which is essentially a giant flail. White Base launches the hammer. Char aims towards Amado, but he uses the hammer to block Char's shot while slowing down the speed of the hammer. The Salamis capsule gets hit. They are unable to re-enter Earth with the damage they received. The capsule docks with White Base. Meanwhile, the Gundam takes out the Zaku pilot Kom with his hammer. Time is up. They are about to enter Earth's atmosphere. Char abandons the mission and returns to a Musai re-entry capsule. Amado must return to White Base, but he wants to finish off the last Zaku, piloted by Crown, who is spiraling towards Earth. But Crown and Amuro are in too deep. They begin re-entry to Earth. Crown cries for help from Char. Char says that there is nothing they could do, but his death won't be in vain. Amado quickly refers to his trusty Operation V manual and realizes that the Gundam can handle re-entry. He releases the heat-proof film, which just looks like plastic wrap, and covers the Gundam. The Gundam instantly cools down. Char is astounded that the Gundam can survive re-entry. White Base also loses contact with Amado. Char contacts Garma Zabi and lets him know that the Operation V weapons are heading towards Zeon airspace on Earth. The Gundam and White Base re-enters Earth safely, but they recognize that they are in enemy territory. A Zeon fleet approaches White Base. This is Garma Zabi's fleet, consisting of many DOPs, which are fighters designed for Earth's atmosphere, as well as Garma's GAU. The GAU is an Earth atmosphere attack carrier. Char docks with the GAU. Char and Garma recap the events of Gundam Origin while Garma twirls his hair. Garma waits till night to make his attack. Hayato mans the turret to take down the DOPs that attack White Base. On the bridge of White Base, Lieutenant Reed, who was on the Salamis-class ship Capsule, and Bright have a power struggle. As Amado is not trained to handle mid-air battles, Hayato suggests using the gun tank. Both Amado and Hayato launch in the gun tank. The gun tank provides supporting fire as White Base attempts to land. Zeon Magella attack tanks begin an assault on the gun tank and White Base. The gun tank wasn't enough. It retreats back to White Base and Amado pilots the Gundam. Garma studies the gun tank. he decides to send the 3 mobile suits he has on board the Gao out to attack. The core fighter, gun tank, and Gundam launch. The Gundam instantly descends when launched, as this is the first time Amado is piloting the Gundam in Earth atmosphere. He lands safely and engages with the mobile suits. Amado is overwhelmed by the assault. He remembers Hayato's comment about splitting up Zeon forces. Amado drops his shield and beam rifle and decides to do a melee tactic. He takes out numerous Zaku's and Magella tanks. Garma's fleet retreats. Amado is starting to get annoyed by the mindless fighting. Meanwhile, we see throughout this episode that Garma genuinely finds Char to be a great friend. However, we are starting to see his ulterior motives come out. Back on White Base, Lieutenant Reed and Bright wonder what to do with the refugees while on Earth. Meanwhile, Amado helps modify the catapult mechanism to allow the Gundam to launch better in Earth atmosphere. The refugees get riled up and take Frau Bow and the children hostage in order to get some answers. Amado launches in the core fighter to test the new catapult. It is successful, but Amado passes out as he is now in Earth atmosphere. He is taking on a lot of G's of force to the face. Meanwhile, Char attempts to intercept the trajectory of the core fighter. Now remember the pulse engines that were used to disrupt radar tech during the Battle of Loom? Once the Earth attack force took control of the majority of Earth territory, we start seeing Minovsky-powered pulse engines placed throughout Earth. This makes radar effectively useless, and we see the White Base struggle with this as they only have a 30% reliability rate when it comes to radar on Earth, at least in Zeon-controlled territory. Char attacks Amado, but Amado is in core fighter and Char is in a re-entry cruiser. He is unable to outmaneuver him. Amado returns to White Base and attaches the core fighter to the Gundam. Char launches the Zaku from the cruiser. Amado launches, but he is in Earth's atmosphere. When he launches, he will fall directly to Earth, but he will have about a minute and a half until he touches to ground. That is plenty of time to protect White Base. Char and Amado fight in freefall. Amado is able to touch down on White Base. Char lands on Earth. Garma tells Char that they need a new plan of attack. They regroup. Oh, and also the old refugees give back Frau and the children. That was a little silly. Oh, and Kai gets slapped by Bright. White Base flies low to create a higher density of Minovsky particles, which in effect hide them better from radar. However, they are still being chased by Garma. While this occurs, the refugees get fed up and demand to land and be let off. Bright has the idea to ask Zeon for a ceasefire while they let the refugees leave White Base. Garma, nudged by Char of course, agrees. On White Base, Kai sets charges to the Gunperry to make it look battle damaged. The Gunperry launches with the refugees. They land near a newly formed lake created by a crater during battle. A Zeon cruiser is escorting the Gunperry. One of the engines of the Gunperry go out. Smoke starts forming. The Gunperry crash lands, but this was all a setup. Amado and the gang hold smoke flares near the newly formed hole to make the ship look like it's going down. Kai, Frau, and the others jetpack back to White Base, while Ryu and Amado hide on board. The Zeon cruiser follows the jetpack crew back. Most of the refugees heads towards a small town close by, while a mother and a child split off. The Zeon cruiser takes note of this and goes to scout out the mother after seeing the White Base crew back on board. Meanwhile, Amado stowed the Gundam on board the Gunperry, but the Zeon crew is heading back. They wait to launch. The Gundam launches and follows the Zeon cruiser heading towards the mother, concerned they will attack them. However, the Zeon cruiser launches supplies for the mother and child. What a nice gesture. But the cruiser notices the Gundam, so I guess they have to die? The ceasefire ends, and the chase continues. Kai launches in the gun cannon, and Hayato in the gun tank. I believe this is the first time White Base launches the gun cannon. Kai struggles against both the terrain and the Magella attack tanks attacking him. The Gundam attacks from behind, the reason for Amado hiding in the Gunperry in the first place. The Gundam throws its shield towards a Zaku, taking it out instantly. It powers through a bunch of Zakus. One Zaku gets the high ground, but Kai straight up pushes it off the cliff. It's great. Zeon forces retreat. Garma is starting to get frustrated. Char notes that he will join the battle next time. Meanwhile, the pilots from the Zeon cruiser survive Amado's attack, and they meet up with the mother and child. They inform her that they should regroup with the other refugees because the land that they are currently standing on is indeed St. Agnes, her home. It was completely bombed. The mother begins to cry. Amado is a grumpy pants to Frau Bow. He notices that the Fedis are using him as a decoy, a tool just used to distract Zeon until the Federation can roll out the GM. Kika gives Amado a tomato to cheer him up. This seems familiar. Bright orders Amado to go on patrol, but Amado is still grumpy pants. Hayato and Ryu go on patrol instead. Bright goes to Amado's quarters and demands to know why he won't sortie. Amado is very butthurt that he has to pilot the Gundam. Now this is the moment that quite possibly changes the course of Gundam history. Yes, that's right. I am talking about the Bright slap. Ah yes, both powerful and motivational. Bright slaps him again. He leaves for the bridge before passive-aggressively suggesting that he thought Amado could surpass Char. Frau Bow suggests that she should pilot the Gundam, but Amado can't allow this to happen. He decides to pilot the Gundam again. Sometimes all it takes is a slap. Meanwhile, the core fighter returns to White Base and are attached to the gun tank and gun cannon. Hayato and Kai switch places and they relaunch. Garma sorties in a DOP. He asks Char to remain on the Gao and watch. Char purposely misinterprets this to not interfere. He is trying to get Garma killed, knowing the power of the Gundam. The Gundam launches. Gun tank and gun cannon cover him. The Gundam starts taking out DOPs like nothing. Even though it can't fly in Earth atmosphere, it could jump really high and float down slowly. Garma engages with the Gundam. It lures it towards the Gao, but Garma struggles to communicate with it. That is because Char messes with the Gao's communication. Meanwhile, a Federation supply ship intercepts the Gundam. Garma uses this opportunity to get away. Garma wonders why Char didn't join in the battle. Char plays to his ego and tells him that he believes that Garma's skills were enough. Garma, the youngest Zabi, always seeking attention from the older Zabi siblings, plays into Char's ego boost. Meanwhile, the White Base crew is met with the captain of the supply vessel, Lieutenant Matilda. She resupplies White Base as a special request from General Revel. Char and Garma attend a Zeon party. Here we meet Isolina, Garma's love. He tells Isolina he will leave Zeon for her. Suddenly, an officer barges in and tells him that they found White Base. White Base lands and hides from Garma's assault. The gun tank, gun cannon, and Gundam are on standby. The Gao starts a bombing run. Meanwhile, Isolina's dad slaps Isolina. It seems that their bombing run fails, and Char goes down to find White Base. He and 3 other Zakus engage in battle with the Gundam. While fighting, Char spots the location of White Base. However, Char tells Garma that White Base is in front of them, but in reality, White Base is behind them. Garma's Gao continues moving forward. Now that the Gao is in front of White Base, they come out of their hiding. They have the perfect shot and they take it. It doesn't look like the Gao will make it as it takes many direct hits from White Base. Char communicates with Garma and tells him of the trap. Char laughs as he is finally taking revenge for what the Zabi family has done to his father's name. Garma is enraged. He takes control of the Gao and steers it towards White Base for a kamikaze attack. However, his attack fails. Garma, commander of the Earth Attack Force, is now dead. If we look at our Zabi death board, we are currently up to 2 dead Zabis. Stay tuned as we will be seeing more Zabi deaths. And that will do it for this episode. We were introduced to Garma and the Earth Attack Force. Even though Garma is now dead, the Earth Attack Force moves on. Next time, we will be introduced to an older Ramba Rao. We will see how the death of Garma affects the rest of the Zabi family. We will get to know more about Lieutenant Matilda, and an unfortunate member of White Base is killed in action. But that will do it for this one. Don't go luring your superior officer into a trap anytime soon. It's not very Newtype.